Hello and welcome to Outsidexbox. You're watching Show of the Week. I'm Andy.
And I'm Jane, and this week I sent a hit squad after the alligators of New Bordeaux in Mafia III to show them who runs this town. Turns out it is the alligators. It's okay though, they're going to let me keep my turf as long as I pay them protection money.
Money?
Protection chicken.
Man, running an organised crime empire sounds like hard work.
It is, but luckily you play Mafia III as Lincoln Clay, and if anyone can wrest control of New Bordeaux's organised crime away from the mob, it's him.
This city belongs to me.
Lincoln is a Vietnam vet, newly returned to the city of New Bordeaux when the closest thing he has to a family is wiped out by the Italian mafia, and Lincoln is left for dead. So how do you think that leaves Lincoln feeling? Driven by a murderous, unquenchable thirst for revenge? Good guess.
It's time for them to pay.
Lincoln is aided in his quest by his underbosses, other lower-level members of New Bordeaux's organised crime scene, each with their own axe to grind against the Italian mob.
It's gonna take all four of us to bring down the mob.
There's Cassandra, head of the Haitian mob, Burke, the leader of the Irish mob, and Vito Scaletta, the protagonist of Mafia II, who pledges his service to Lincoln after the Italian mob tries to get rid of him as well. New Bordeaux's organised crime families are the worst.
I don't have it in me to feel shame for the things I've done. Never have.
New Bordeaux is split into 10 districts, each with their own unique look, feel and themed crimes. The party-loving French ward, for example, may look quaint but is shot through with vice and sleaze, while the upmarket Frisco Fields is home to the racist Southern Union and their human trafficking rings. Taking over these districts is done in much the same way as it is in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, with Lincoln causing as much monetary damage as he can to the group in charge, which will eventually force their leader into a confrontation. Take down the leader and you're in charge, or more specifically, one of your underbosses is.
Do whatever you want! I'll do whatever you want, just don't kill me!
Which one is up to you. Each underboss will offer you different rewards, ranging from straight up cash to health boosts, and you also need to balance the amount of power you grant to each underboss. Ignore one of your underbosses too many times and you run the risk of them turning on you so that you lose their services forever. What we've seen of Mafia III so far is stylish and impactful, but suggests the same issue as in previous Mafia games, in that while the open world is vast and beautiful to look at, it is rather empty, serving more as a staging area for story missions rather than a diversion-packed playground in the mould of Sleeping Dogs or Grand Theft Auto. Still, the story of Lincoln Clay is involving and we want to see it through to its conclusion, if only to find out if he ever manages to topple the alligator mob for control of the swamps. Alright Vito, you run the bayou now, you can deal with the gators.
Man, running an organised crime empire seems like hard work.
That's what I said, but it's not so bad because New Bordeaux is also a lovely city.
Yeah, real party town.
There's nowhere else like it.
Well, that's not entirely true. It turns out that New Orleans, with its unique architecture, populace and party vibe, has inspired settings for plenty of video games. Please observe.
This is one of the most important elections allowed lifetime.
The Murder of Crows mission in Hitman Blood Money is so cool because you have to murder a bunch of people in bird costumes, but it also takes place against the backdrop of Mardi Gras in New Orleans, the high point of the carnival season. It's obviously a super fun place to hang out with the carnival floats and glow sticks and aforementioned bird costumes that make everyone look like they're ready to party. Although you might want to not drink too much when you're in town, you never know what sort of scrapes you could get into if you don't keep your wits about you.
Now, I ain't going no further, but y'all can make it back to the bridge from here.
Thanks, Virgil. You stay safe, brother.
Good luck to you. Y'all take care now.
Speaking of zombies in New Orleans, there are lots of zombies in the New Orleans of Left 4 Dead 2. That's where Level the Parish takes place, as your group of survivors battle their way from the waterfront, through a park and a cemetery, to the bridge out of town where an evac helicopter is waiting for them. It is still possible to have a good time. I mean, there's a seafood restaurant, the jukebox still works, and that cemetery is at least as full of history as it is zombies.
Reload.
Okay, maybe not quite as full.
We couldn't even get a beer before folks started howling out for help from beneath the church.
New Marais in Infamous's Festival of Blood DLC is based on New Orleans, but is decidedly more sinister if their Pyre Night celebration is anything to go by.
Hi, mister. You know where the pirates at around here?
Still, it looks like a good time right up until superpowered electric vampires turn up and start biting everyone. In fact, there are vampires and demons everywhere, which is pretty confusing as the people who aren't vampires and demons are dressed like vampires and demons anyway. Maybe book your trip after Pyre Night season, is all I'm saying. Assassin's Creed Liberation is set in New Orleans, but it's the New Orleans of the 1760s, giving you a fascinating opportunity to see what the city was like before the Great Fire of 1788 destroyed most of the city's original French colonial buildings. That's an opportunity you won't be able to take though, because the place is also rife with assassins jumping off rooftops into your head, hidden blade first. Try to get up somewhere high to appreciate the view before that happens though. It is lovely this time of year.
Look out! New ride coming through! Like it? My BMW! My boozed up moron wagon!
The New Orleans of Tony Hawk's Underground 2 imagines what the city would be like if city planners, instead of adopting a creole style of architecture which mixes both French and Spanish influences, decided instead to stick sick half-pipes and grindable rails everywhere. Of course, half the charm of a city is its people. Let's see what Tony Hawk himself has to say about them.
Drunks, idiots, and drunk idiots. We're talking major moron convention.
Bit harsh, Tony. So yes, fun right up until you grind on the wrong grave and then everyone turns into zombies and this Baron Samedi-looking dude starts riding a tricycle all over town. Again, thanks Tony. Real glad you guys came to visit.
Now it's time to see what's written in the comments and across Mike's knuckles.
It says badass so that people I'm playing games against know that's what I am.
Yeah, I think you've got that wrong.
No, it looks fine to me.
First up, your comments on this video of us, and particularly me, being definitely not scared by the spooky layers of fear inheritance.
I mean, pretty sweet house, kind of messed up, but you know, it's a fixer-upper. That'll buff right out.
Yeah.
All that blood.
Although, I mean, this has seen better days.
Yeah.
But
beautiful original hardwood floors.
Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah.
But just look at the square footage.
Yeah.
Matthew Riley was impressed, he says. I feel like Jane would be a rather successful estate agent, desperately advertising the good things about living in a derelict haunted house that is prone to giving you unexpected and frankly unwanted flashbacks to snippets of the past that make no sense at all.
All those ghosts mean the house never feels empty.
Sure.
And all those things jumping out of cupboards, I guess, means there's lots of storage space.
Always a plus.
Oh, it's a Wendigo.
Bloody Wendigos again.
And on the subject of our nemesis, the Wendigo, commenter Erin Z says, given the evidence of past videos, I would have thought the official Outside Xbox nemesis would be a xenomorph sitting in a wheelchair stroking its pet spider while it orders you to go on a pure stealth mission involving escort quests and first-person platforming in order to steal pages from Slender Man. I suppose that would have been harder to shout in anger when you swear vengeance though. Xenomorph sitting in a wheelchair stroking its pet spider asking you to go on a pure stealth mission featuring escort quests and first-person platforming in order to steal pages from Slender Man!
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
The hallmark of a bad nemesis.
Let's go, let's get
Fight
out.
our enemies, beat up that ghost.
Yeah.
Kill them.
Yeah, revenge us.
Not so big now, are you, ghosts?
Yeah.
Now that we've got Mr. Scooter. Speaking of Mr. Scooter, commenter Dan Nico says, Mr. Scooter's descendants go on to become the Save Cat in The Evil Within. A family of protectors, that one.
Oh, hey.
Do I save games when cats jump on me? Yes.
Amazing.
Love it.
Best.
Next up, your comments on this video about the new things in multiplayer in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Best of all though is Synaptic's Reaper payload, which turns him into essentially a robot dog, giving you a boost of speed and insta-kill melee attacks for a short, joyful, terrifying period. Look at him go!
Friendly drone support is active.
Infinite Warfare got a reception that some would call,
Mixed?
Mixed. Sure. Such as this from Tom Burns, who says, Destiny plus Halo plus COD Ghosts equals Infinite Warfare. The most original Call of Duty yet.
But we've also got positive comments, such as this from Kevin Bullard, who says, low-key looks alright.
It's the enthusiasm I love.
Commenter Skeeth, meanwhile, is more focused on the important things. They say, is there a person inside the turning into a dog suit? If so, I think they need a chiropractor. Moving on, here are your comments on the latest Hitman Elusive Target video in which we had to kill a hacker who likes jam.
That old video game trope.
Is that box full? It's full now, right?
I think it might be full. There's too many corpses in it.
Too many corpses.
Is he properly asleep?
Yeah, he's fine.
Is he just dreaming about chasing cats?
His legs running like a dog.
Oh. If I had a nickel for every time I ran out of corpse space.
Commenter Boot Up the Door Locks makes the following observation. Wow, that was a real jammy assassination.
Colin Walcott, meanwhile, says, well, Jane mic'd it.
Hey!
Oh my god.
It's not him!
It's not him, it's the other one!
Die, guys! Yeah! Good job!
Okay, fair enough.
While enfant terrible George Sears is angrier. He says, likes marmalade, somewhere in Paris. If I were given an assignment like this, I'd just tell my handler to piss off and take the day off. I'm a world-class genetically perfected assassin. I've got better things to do than hunt through a city of over 2 million and kill everyone who enjoys English toast toppings.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that.
Right, I'm gonna head back in. I'll catch you in a bit.
Cool, I'm gonna have a lunch here. It's honey, I swear.
That's it for Show of the Week. Thanks for watching, and I've teamed up with the alligators of Mafia 3 to bring you this fantastic deal. Press the like button now to be guaranteed no alligator maulings for 1 year.
Act now, because these alligators are not messing around.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Okay, lunchtime.
Yes, it is lunchtime for the alligators. I need you to take this protection chicken over to the alligator swamp.
Man, organised crime is so confusing.